I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant! Chris? Stop it.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
Whoa! What is it?
What? Oh! Oh no!
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to this video guide which covers all the cutscenes available for Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 1. You can get different cutscenes in this game depending on the choices that you make, and this also leads to the type of ending that you will get at the end of the game as well. There's 4 different endings available for each of the characters that you can choose. In order to get some of the good endings, you'll need all the characters alive in Chris or Jill's respective games to get the better endings. For Chris, you will need to have Rebecca and Jill present at the end of his game to get his best ending, and for Jill, you would need to have Barry and Chris present in order to get her best ending. Although Chris's scenario has less cutscenes than Jill's, and it's also a little bit less complicated, there's still one main part in his story where Rebecca can die, which is when the hunters take over the mansion the second time you come back to the mansion. And then he'll also need to release Jill from her cell, much like Jill had to release Chris from his cell, in order to have both characters present at the end of his ending. Alright, we'll start from the beginning with the first cutscene of the game, which is when Wesker, Jill, and Chris enter the mansion. If you're familiar with this game, or if you saw the last video, then you'll know that Jill starts off with Barry already with her, whereas Chris, we still need to meet up with Rebecca here, and that's actually one of the first decisions that you will be able to make in the game, is where you meet Rebecca, which can be either in the West Side Hall room or on the second floor with Richard.
I don't know what happened.
Barry! Where's Barry?
Well, I'm sorry, but he's probably...
No. What is that?
I'll go and check.
Okay, Jill and I will stay in the hall in case of an emergency.
Chris? Take care.
There's also an additional bonus cutscene that you can get here, much like in Jill's scenario. If you go back to where Wesker and Jill were at,
Investigate if you hear any gunfire.
and then unlike with Jill, the cutscene with the zombie isn't optional. You always get this cutscene with Chris. Unlike Jill, Chris only has a knife to start with, so in this next cutscene, this is where Chris finds Jill's handgun in the main hallway. Well, his scenario is supposed to be harder anyways. It says so in the main menu when you choose him. Jill is easy and Chris is hard, but I think it's easier to get the good ending with Chris than it is with Jill though, or less complicated, even though the gameplay is harder with Chris.
Wesker? Jill? What happened to Jill and Wesker?
Actually, I spoke too soon. It's about to get a bit complicated here in a second. But I did forget to include this cutscene in Jill's video. You get this in the advanced mode for Jill or Chris. I don't know if you would consider this a cutscene. It's just that Forrest gets up when you try to pick up the armor key. So this is the part in the game where you can choose where you meet Rebecca, which could be in the West Side save room, or Chris can also meet her on the second floor over by where Richard is at, the same spot where Jill runs into Richard, where you use the armor key on that one door on the second floor. However, in order to do that, you would need to get the armor key first before ever entering the West Side save room. Unless you're playing advanced mode on the director's cut, it's probably easier to meet Rebecca in the West Side save room than it is on the second floor by Richard. In advanced mode, the armor key is on the balcony where Forrest is at, like in that last cutscene. In the regular game mode, if you want to meet Rebecca here, you would need to get the chemical from the East Side save room and go all the way to where that plant is at on the West Side. And then after getting the armor key with the fertilizer, you would have to not go into the West Side save room at all. And then you would go up to the second floor to use the armor key on the door.
Who are you?
I'm Chris of Alpha Team. I've come to rescue you. Richard, what happened?
Chris, this house is too dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
Richard, don't talk. He seems to have been bitten by a poisonous snake, but the size of the wound is abnormally large.
It's not just a poisonous snake. It's a monster.
Richard, he needs serum, but we left it in another room.
Okay, I'll go.
Hurry, please.
I will. Wait here. I'll be back soon.
Is it just me, or does Richard sound like Chris Griffin from Family Guy right here when he says it's a monster?
It's not just a poisonous snake. It's a monster.
See, what is that shit? Anyways, what you have to do here is obviously if you've played as Rebecca when Chris gets poisoned, it's the same thing here. Or when Jill has to bring the serum to Richard in her scenario, you have to go all the way to the West Side save room where the serums are at and grab a serum and bring it back to Richard within 7 minutes if you want to get the radio from him here. If you don't get back to him within 7 minutes, then he'll be dead. You won't get the radio. In which case, then you'll miss out on a cutscene with the radio when Brad tries to contact somebody over the radio on the way to the guardhouse. If, however, you do get back to Richard in time within 7 minutes, then you will get the radio from him, and Rebecca will still be there when you get back. Usually playing as Chris, you'll meet Rebecca at the West Side save room, in which case you don't get the radio until the guardhouse anyway, so in most cases you never get that cutscene that I mentioned with Brad over the radio as Chris.
Here's the serum. Is he all right?
Yes, he is. Thanks. Richard, hold on. I'll give you a shot now.
Chris, here's a radio. Take it.
Richard! No!
Richard!
Rebecca, be careful.
Richard! Richard! Are you...
Rebecca, it's very dangerous out here. Will you come with me?
I'd like to stay here a little bit longer.
Okay, Rebecca. Can you use a gun? I'll look for the others. Protect yourself.
Chris, be careful, please! Be careful, please!
If you do end up meeting Rebecca here first instead of over in the West Side save room, a more substantial consequence of not getting back to Richard in time than just not getting the radio is that Rebecca won't show up in the guardhouse to help Chris with Plant 42 by making the V-jolt. And also, you will need to save Rebecca in the library room when you come back from the guardhouse when the hunters take over the mansion. Anyways, the other cutscene that you can get here instead of over by Richard is if you first meet Rebecca at the West Side save room.
Whoa! What is it?
What? Oh! Oh no! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
You must be from the Bravo team.
Yes, I'm Rebecca. Rebecca Chambers. I'm a newcomer. I just joined the Stars Bravo team last month. Well, I'm really sorry. Are you all right?
Yes. I'm Chris Redfield from the Alpha team. Are you the only person here from the Bravo team?
Well, because the helicopter made a forced landing, I just ran into this house anyway, but
I see. There's nothing else you could have done anyway. It's good you're here.
Yes, sir. But it's strange. I serviced the helicopter recently, but something went wrong with the engine. It was such a short flight.
That's a funny scene. Rebecca sprays Chris in the face. I've read pepper spray online, but I doubt that's the case because then Chris would be crying his ass off right there with a whole bunch of shit coming out of his nose and mouth. Well, she's obviously a medic, so I believe that was a first aid spray that she sprayed him with right there. And then they use that in Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries, I believe, Reunion. It's been a while since I've played Mercenaries on there. I need to play that again sometime, but yeah, I believe she like dual wields 2 first aid sprays with like torches on them or something that shoot flames. Anyway, after meeting Rebecca in this room, when you go to leave the room, you have 2 choices, which is to bring Rebecca with you, or you can have Rebecca stay in the room. If you choose to say yes and have Rebecca go with you, she doesn't literally follow you, but she won't stay in this room either. What this choice really does is it has Rebecca get the serum for you after you get poisoned by Yawn, and it also has her help you with Plant 42 because she'll make the V-jolt.
Well, what should I do now? If you go out to search for the other members, how about letting me come with you?
All right, let's do it.
Yes, sir. I'll do my best. I have to prepare something. Would you like to go ahead?
It's pretty much the same result as if you had gotten the radio back to Richard in time within 7 minutes. If you say yes to Rebecca and have her come with you. The only difference here being that you don't have the radio from Richard. If, however, you choose no and have Rebecca wait here in this room, then you can come back to this room and Rebecca will heal you up to 3 times. This sounds like a better option, but then she won't make the V-jolt in the guardhouse for Plant 42, and she also won't bring you a serum after you get poisoned by Yawn, although she will bring you back over to the save room. I don't know how she does that. I'll get more into that later. And then the third thing being that when you come back to the mansion from the guardhouse and the hunters are here, you will have to save Rebecca in time before she gets killed by the hunters.
I wonder if everybody is... I wonder if everybody is... Well, what should I do now? If you go out to search for the other members, how about letting me come with you?
It's pretty dangerous outside. Let me take care of it.
I understand. For now, I'll wait here, since there are a lot of chemicals in this room and they might be useful. Well, I'll look over the chemicals.
If you say no to Rebecca and have her wait in the serum room, then you'll also get 2 additional cutscenes with her. If you go back into the room and talk to Rebecca, she will ask you if you want her to heal you. You'll get a different cutscene whether you say yes or whether you say no.
Ah, Chris! This room is fully equipped with medical supplies. I can treat you, except for your major injury. Would you like me to?
Yes, please do something for me, temporarily.
Most of these medicines are from Umbrella.
What's Umbrella?
Don't you know? It's a large-scale pharmaceutical company based in Raccoon City.
Oh, I see. And do you know how much of the medicine is usable?
Well, probably there is enough for 2 doses. Chris, take care!
And then this will be the cutscene if you turn down her offer to heal you.
Ah, Chris! This room is fully equipped with medical supplies. I can treat you, except for your major injury. Would you like me to?
I'm okay, but if something happens to me, please take care of me.
Okay, you can depend on me. But we only have enough medicine for 3 more doses. Excuse me, but you aren't mad at me about all that, are you?
Oh, of course not. You were pretty worried though, weren't you? Hey, we're partners, aren't we? Let's work together.
Yes, sir! I'll do my best!
There's also an optional cutscene that you would get as Chris if you're playing the advanced mode. When you go into the bathroom, it's the zombie that shows up in the mirror, much like in Jill's advanced mode. The next cutscene you'll be able to get as Chris will be over at the piano. Since Chris can't play the piano, unlike Jill, then he needs help from Rebecca to be able to play the Moonlight Sonata in order to open that hidden door. So depending on where you met Rebecca, whether you met her in the West Side save room or behind the armor key door, that will determine what the dialogue will be in the cutscene, because you'll get different cutscenes depending on the locations where you met her. This will be the cutscene if you met Rebecca over by Richard.
It's me, Chris.
Are you all right?
Yes, I have decided not to grieve any longer. Ah, it's the Moonlight Sonata.
Can you play? Wait, what is that?
My interpretation is off a little. Chris, may I practice for a while?
And then this is the cutscene that you would get if you had met Rebecca in the West Side save room. In this cutscene, Chris either lost his sight or he lost his mind because Rebecca's 5 feet in front of him, and he asks Rebecca if it... I'm just gonna play the clip before I lose it.
It's me, Chris.
Is that you, Rebecca?
Ah, it's the Moonlight Sonata.
Can you play? Wait, what is that?
My interpretation is off a little. Chris, may I practice for a while?
Whether you choose to have Rebecca practice or not has no bearing on anything. She'll still end up practicing on the piano and end up opening the door either way. It really has no consequence other than you just get different dialogue from her.
Chris, may I practice for a while?
See? Just relax and play.
All right. Chris, may I practice for a while?
Let's go back and look for them at once.
All right.
Rebecca!
I know, but just a little longer.
The next cutscene you'll be able to get as Chris is when Rebecca is finally able to play the Moonlight Sonata and gets that door open.
Chris! Chris! You like it?
Wow, that was great.
What is that?
After the first boss battle with the giant snake Yawn, you'll have 3 outcomes depending on your previous choices and where you met Rebecca. If you met Rebecca on the 2nd floor by Richard and you didn't get to Richard in time with the serum, after you get poisoned by Yawn, you will have to get the serum yourself by running over to the west side save room.
Am I poisoned? Damn it, give me serum.
The second outcome is if Rebecca, another outcome that you can get here is if you told Rebecca to wait in the west side save room, then when Chris gets poisoned, Rebecca carries Chris over to the west side save room.
Am I poisoned? Damn it, give me serum.
Chris! Chris!
Is that you, Rebecca?
Chris, are you all right?
Yeah. What happened?
You were bitten by a poisonous snake. Are you okay?
My head is killing me.
I think you'll be all right because I gave you a shot. But please stay out of trouble.
You saved my life. I owe you one.
I don't see any stretchers or wheelbarrows, a wheelchair or anything around here that she could have put Chris in, and there's no way she's going to carry 200 pounds on her back. So this is the this is the only thing that I could imagine in my mind that happened. All right, so so if you got the serum to Richard in time, or if you or if you said yes to bringing Rebecca with you, then both of those will have the same result in that you will take control of Rebecca and she will get a serum for Chris.
Chris!
Am I poisoned? Damn it, give me serum.
I'm sure the serum must be there. I'll be right back.
If you don't get the serum to Chris in time within 7 minutes, then you will get this cutscene with Rebecca, and obviously, since you're playing as Chris, the game is over since Chris is dead.
Chris!
If you do get back to Chris in time within 7 minutes as Rebecca, then you'll get this cutscene.
You alright?
Yeah. What happened?
You were bitten by a poisonous snake. Are you okay?
My head is killing me.
I think you will be alright because I gave you a shot. But please be careful.
You saved my life. I owe you one.
I'm glad I could help.
If you had met Rebecca over by Richard and got the serum to him in time and got the radio from him, then you'll get an extra cutscene here from Brad, the helicopter pilot, over the radio. And again, like in Jill's scenario, you have to clear this area of enemies in order to get the radio call.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Please respond. What the hell? Is nobody out there?
This is Chris.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Anybody, answer me. This is Brad.
Damn, it's broken.
If you had to either get the serum as Chris after getting poisoned by Jan, or if Rebecca had to drag you to the West Side save room, then getting any of those two outcomes will lead to Chris having to fight Plant 42 at full strength, and Rebecca won't help Chris by making the V-jolt. If, however, you did get the result where Rebecca goes and gets the serum for Chris after he's poisoned, then Rebecca will help Chris with Plant 42 by making the V-jolt. And you actually have to do this yourself. You take control of Rebecca again.
no use. The roots of it are in the basement. You could... Whoa!
Chris!
Take this file with you. Use the information in it in order to make the potion. And kill the root. Rebecca, please.
Chris! Don't die!
After Rebecca helps Chris using the V-Jolt, there's two different cutscenes that you would get here depending on if Chris already has the radio, or otherwise Rebecca gives him the radio here. This would be the cutscene if you already have the radio on you.
Oh! I can't believe it! Are you okay?
Yeah, so much for him. We got to the root of the problem. Saved again.
I just...
Really, thank you.
You'd do the same for me, wouldn't you?
I guarantee it.
Well, I think I can make another potion. I'll go back to the pharmaceutical room I found a little while ago. Anyway, Chris, I'm glad you're safe.
If you didn't get the radio from Richard though, then Rebecca will give you a radio here, and so then this would be the cutscene.
Oh! I can't believe it! Are you okay?
Yeah, so much for him. We got to the root of the problem. Saved again.
I just...
Really, thank you.
You'd do the same for me, wouldn't you?
I guarantee it.
Well, Chris, this is Richard's radio. We received communication from Brad at the courtyard a little while ago, but he is still flying around in the sky. He obviously couldn't hear our voices. Maybe his radio is broken.
I see. Understood. I'll keep it. We should somehow let Brad know we're here.
At the pharmaceutical room I found a little while ago, I think I will be able to make something. Anyway, Chris, I'm glad you're safe.
If you follow Rebecca into the chemical room, she will heal you and you'll get a additional cutscene here, much like if you had told Rebecca to stay in the west side save room. Although you only get one cutscene here, whether you say yes or no, it's going to be the same cutscene.
This room is fully equipped with medical supplies. I can treat you, except for your major injury. Would you like me to?
Yes, please do something for me, temporarily.
Most of these medicines are from Umbrella.
What's Umbrella?
Don't you know? It's a large-scale pharmaceutical company based in Raccoon City.
Oh, I see.
Chris, take care!
Similar to Jill's scenario, Chris runs into Wesker here at the guardhouse also, and you get a cutscene here with him as well.
Wesker!
Chris, you're alive.
My words exactly. Where's Jill? Aren't you with Jill?
I'm sorry. We were attacked by a strange monster. I lost track of her while we were scouting around. I hope she's okay.
I see. Well, it's not your fault. This place is crazy. If we stay here, all of us will end up dead. What should we do, Wesker?
We have to complete this mission. Whether we escape or stay and look for Jill, we don't have many bullets left, and we can't even protect ourselves. We are still in trouble. Chris, there are a lot of locked rooms in that house. Check them out one more time. There must be a place to hide safely. I'll look around the house a little more.
Okay.
Let's get going.
I'm surprised Chris doesn't mention that he ran into Rebecca from Bravo Team to Wesker there. But anyway, if you got the radio from Richard or Rebecca and you have it on you, then you'll get a second cutscene here from Brad over the radio.
This is Brad. I know you can't answer me, but somehow, give me a sign.
This is Chris. Brad, can you hear me? Damn!
If you didn't get the radio from Richard, and if Rebecca never showed up at the guardhouse because you either had Rebecca wait in the West Side save room or you didn't get to Richard in time, then you'll finally be able to pick up a radio here.
What? It must be a STARS radio. It's a little bit broken, but it might still be usable. I'll take it with me.
This is the part in Chris's scenario where Rebecca can potentially die. In this next cutscene here that Chris gets when the hunters show up, Chris can get an additional cutscene here depending on if he didn't get to Richard in time with the serum, or if he told Rebecca to stay at the West Side save room. This would be the cutscene that you would get after you kill the hunter here that shows up, if you didn't get to Richard in time with the serum.
What are they? It's Rebecca! She must be upstairs!
And then this would be the cutscene that you would get if you told Rebecca to wait at the West Side save room.
What are they? Monsters? Rebecca! Is she still in the house?
Depending on where you had met Rebecca will determine where she's going to be at. If you had met Rebecca at the beginning of the game up in the second floor by Richard, she'll now be located at the second floor library where you'll need to save her. If you don't get over there in time to the library, then you'll get this cutscene here. Chris just shakes his head disapprovingly. He actually takes it worse if Rebecca dies over at the West Side save room for some reason. This is gonna be the cutscene here if you do get to Rebecca in time and save her. On the other hand, if you had met Rebecca at the West Side save room and had her wait there when she asked you if you would take her with you, then she will be over by the West Side save room under the stairs. If you don't get to her in time at that location, you would get this cutscene here. If you get over to Rebecca within 3 minutes, then you can actually catch her inside the save room before she goes out to where the hunters are, and you'll get a different cutscene here with Rebecca.
Rebecca!
Chris!
Thank God you're safe!
I'm sorry that you were worried about me.
We are in great danger. We must organize a search for the others and get the hell out of here. Understood?
Yes, sir!
Okay, I'll go first. Proceed with your own judgment. All right? Can you do it?
Yes, I can!
Good luck.
Yes, sir! I'll do my best! Yes, sir! I'll do my best!
And then this is the cutscene that you would normally get over by the west side save room if you get to Rebecca before she dies.
Rebecca! Rebecca!
Chris!
Thank God you're safe!
I'm sorry that you were worried about me.
We are in great danger. We must organize a search for the others and get the hell out of here. Understood?
Yes, sir!
Okay, I'll go first. Proceed with your own judgment. All right? Can you do it?
Yes, I can!
Good luck.
Yes, sir! I'll do my best!
No matter what kind of results you've gotten so far in the game, this next cutscene that you get with Enrico isn't missable. You'll get it regardless. Much like in Jill's scenario. Only that Chris gets this cutscene by himself, and there's no option to have Rebecca with him.
Enrico!
Don't come any closer, Chris.
Wait, what happened?
Double crosser!
Don't!
Hell. Umbrella.
Who is it? Is someone there? Double crosser? What did he mean by that?
And then the cutscene after this is going to be an optional one that you can get with Jill. If Chris gets all 3 MO discs, he can go and get a cutscene with Jill before he gets her released from cell that she's in.
Chris!
Jill!
Chris, Wesker, he is...
I know. Shoot, it doesn't open. Look, Jill, wait here. I'll save you.
Okay, I'll wait.
Looks like we're almost at the end here, and like I had mentioned before, yeah, Chris has less cutscenes in the game than Jill does. But anyways, the cutscene that you get here in front of the elevator going down to Wesker is going to be different depending on your previous outcomes. If you had saved Rebecca from the Hunter over by the west side save room, or if you didn't have to save Rebecca from the Hunters because you interacted with her over at the guardhouse, then you will get this cutscene here with Rebecca.
Rebecca, you're safe.
I saw you in the garden. I've caught up with you at last.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. Don't go out alone.
Yes, sir.
If, however, you saved Rebecca from the Hunter in the library on the second floor, then you'll get a different cutscene here with Rebecca. So there's really only 2 possible cutscenes that you can get here in front of the elevator with Rebecca. Unlike with Jill, which has a lot more cutscenes here with Wesker and with Barry at the end of the game.
Chris!
Rebecca, you're safe.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. Don't go out alone.
Yes, sir.
And then obviously if Rebecca died from any of the hunters at the mansion, then you won't get any cutscene here with Rebecca, and you would just take the elevator straight down and get a cutscene with Wesker here. This is probably one of my favorite Resident Evil moments. This and like when Jill slaps Carlos. This cutscene coming up here when Chris laughs his ass off when Wesker shows him the tyrant. Oh my god, this cutscene's awesome. It's like one of the reasons I put it into the intro too.
Chris, as my subordinate, you have wonderful talent.
I would never work for a company like Umbrella. And Wesker, you were formerly with Umbrella.
What do you mean?
Since when have you been an Umbrella agent? And a traitor to the stars?
Now you're wrong. I was formerly with Umbrella, yes. But now I'm prepared to face anything. Even getting rid of you vigilante stars.
Now, the worst possible situation has occurred. The failure of the experiment created a virus, a biological weapon, polluting the entire lab.
No, the worst happened with the tyrant virus. I lost some of my STARS team members because of it.
You killed them with your own hands. Did you kill Enrico?
Enrico? I'll destroy the stars myself, including you. The fact is, Umbrella does not know what to do with the tyrant virus. We have orders to blow up his laboratory, and it's not a bad idea. But I think we should save this important research for future use.
You think you can disappear with such important material?
Would you like to see it? Come with me. I'm sorry for my lack of manners, but I'm not used to escorting men. Now, walk.
Is this?
That's right. This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant! Chris? Stop it.
Wesker, you're pitiful. This is your savior? You say this failure is your savior?
You can make sure yourself whether Tyrant is a failure or not. Go to hell. Jill will join you too.
What?
Don't come this way! No!
You can't kill me!
And if Rebecca is with Chris, then there'll be a different cutscene when Chris takes the elevator down to meet Wesker. Chris still laughs his ass off when Wesker shows him the tyrant in this one, too.
Chris, as my subordinate, you have wonderful talent.
I would never work for a company like Umbrella. And Wesker, you were formerly with Umbrella.
What do you mean?
Since when have you been an Umbrella agent? And a traitor to the stars?
Now you're wrong! I was formerly with Umbrella, yes. But now I'm prepared to face anything. Even getting rid of you vigilante stars.
Now, the worst possible situation has occurred. The failure of the experiment created a virus, a biological weapon, polluting the entire lab.
No, the worst happened with the tyrant virus. I lost some of my star's team members because of it.
You killed them with your own hands. Did you kill Enrico?
Really?
Yeah, like this.
Rebecca!
Don't move! If you do, I'll kill you. Chris, I have something to show you. Now, walk.
Is this?
That's right. This is the ultimate life form. Tyrant! Chris? Stop it.
Wesker, you're pitiful. This is your savior? You say this failure is your savior?
You can make sure yourself whether Tyrant is a failure or not. Go to hell. Jill will join you too.
What?
Don't come this way! No!
You can't kill me! Wow!
Ha! It seems like this bulletproof jacket is pretty strong.
I see.
How about Captain Wesker?
He is sleeping with the ultimate failure. Hurry up. I want to get out of here.
Excuse me, Chris.
What, Rebecca?
I saw a research file in this lab. It said that a great deal of research on the Tyrant virus exists right here. We should blow this place up.
We are already into it over our heads. Rebecca, can you do it?
Yes, sir. I'll set off a triggering system for a bomb.
Okay, now we have a chance to escape. See you outside the house.
Alright, now for the endings. There's 4 different endings that you can get, just like with Jill's scenario. There's the worst ending, bad ending, good ending, and the best ending, which will give you the closet key if you get the best ending of the game. If Rebecca is already dead and you don't get Jill out of her cell, and Chris evacuates by himself, then you'll get the worst ending.
This is Brad. I have a fuel shortage. Okay, this is the last try. If somebody's alive, please send a sign. This is the last.
If Chris uses the 3 MO discs to release Jill out of her cell, then you'll at least get the bad ending. And there's 2 different cutscenes that you will get as Chris when you go to release Jill from her cell. One, if you've already talked to Chill previously before you release her from her cell.
Jill! Sorry for making you wait.
Chris! I knew I could trust you.
Let's go. There's no need to stay.
And then this cutscene, if it's the first time that Chris talks to Jill in the game.
Jill! Are you there?
Chris?
Jill, you're all right.
Yes. Wesker is here. He's...
Oh, I know. Anyway, let's get out of here.
So if you release Jill out of her cell, but Rebecca didn't make it, then you'll get this ending here, which would be the bad ending.
This is Brad. I have a fuel shortage. Okay, this is the last try. If somebody's alive, please send a sign. This is the last...
Let me take care of them!
But,
Chris, get in contact with Brad right away!
okay.
If Rebecca is still alive, but you don't free Jill out of her cell, then you'll get this ending, which would be the good ending.
Now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately.
This is Brad. I have a fuel shortage.
For evacuation.
Okay? This is the last try. If somebody's alive, please send a
The
sign.
triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers
There is 3
and
minutes
guards
until
should take
explosion.
cover immediately.
I made it! I set off the triggering system to the bomb!
Great! Rebecca, Brad's up in the helicopter.
The triggering system has now been activated. All
Look at those monsters!
should take
Chris,
cover immediately.
if Brad is in the helicopter, get in contact with him by any means!
But,
I'll hold back the monsters!
okay, I trust you.
Trust me!
All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all...
Chris, use it! Destroy the monsters with it!
did a really good job. This case was just too weird. This case was...
Alright, now finally for the last and best ending of the game. If Rebecca's still alive and you release Jill from her cell, then you'll get the best ending of the game, which will get you the closet key.
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers
This is
and
Brad.
guards
I
should
have a
take
fuel
cover
shortage.
immediately.
Okay, this
Unlock
is the
all
last
routes for
try.
evacuation.
If somebody's alive, please send a sign.
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation. The triggering system has
There is
now
3
been
minutes
activated.
until explosion.
All researchers and guards
I made it!
should take
I
cover
set up the
immediately.
triggering system to the bomb!
Unlock all
Great!
routes for
Rebecca!
evacuation.
Brad's up in the helicopter!
The triggering system has now
Look at
been
those
activated.
monsters!
All
Let me take care of them.
guards should take cover
Chris,
immediately.
get in contact with Brad right away.
Unlock all
Okay.
routes for evacuation. The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers and guards should take cover immediately. Unlock all routes for evacuation. The triggering system.
So those are all the cutscenes that you can get for Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 1 and how to unlock all of them. And also how to get all 4 endings. This definitely took a while to make, but I mean, it's 2 videos, so it's this one and the one for Jill. I already have Jill's video up. For Jill, you have to have Barry and Chris alive at the end in order to get the good ending there, rather than Rebecca and Jill. And you'll probably notice that Jill has more cutscenes in hers than Chris, which is why I think it's easier to get the good ending for Chris rather than Jill. For Jill, it's a bit more complicated to get her good ending. I hope that was helpful in some way, and you guys take care and have a great rest of your day.